Hello and welcome. You're watching Markets Today on Business Today. I'm Sakshi Batra and I'm here to get you all the update of the stock markets and how the trade happened throughout the session today. Well, it was the sixth day of consecutive losses of what we have seen, something that we did not anticipate at the opening of the session because we opened higher with a gap up after those 5 consecutive days of losses amidst this crisis between Ukraine and Russia. We did see some light at the end of the tunnel in the morning today when the global cues were mixed, but the domestic markets were seen smiling and emerging from the fall that we had been seeing consecutively for the last few odd trading sessions. However, we could not sustain onto those highs towards the end of the session. Of course, there was volatility, choppiness that most of the experts have been talking about, how the stock markets may remain volatile until and unless we do see some clear direction as to which ways the Ukraine Russia crisis is going to go. Is it going to be on the de escalating front, or are the clouds of war looming large right there? Either ways, we will get some clarity on which way the markets may get headed. But right now, the markets are still in a very, very choppy zone, undecided about where, should they be really going, and investors too are a confused lot as to whether this is an opportune time to get into these dips and buy some of the good stocks at this point in time, or should they book profits and sit tight to wait for this volatility to pass? Now, as far as today's day is concerned, on Wednesday, we did see the markets extending the losses for the sixth consecutive session, setting pressure in financials. Automobile stocks took shape. Both the indices started on a higher note but gave up most of the respective gains in the last hour of trade. Talk about the Sensex, that was down about 70 points, or just about 1/10% lower at 57,232. The closing level for the Nifty was also at 17,063. The good part remaining that 17,000 was protected, even though we did see losses of just about 30 odd points in trade. Now let's come to the broader markets. The mid and the small cap shares finished on a positive note, bucking the trend. Midcap 100 index rose by 0.5%. The small cap shares gained over 1.16% in trade. Now, of the 15 sector gauges, if you see, compiled by the NSE, they all, five of them actually settled in the red. Financial services, autos underperformed the index by falling as much as 0.2% to in trade as well. On the stock specific front, you had ONGC as the top loser, which was the top gainer of yesterday. Complete reversal of trend on ONGC today. The stock cracked by 2.4% on the back of crude oil also recovering from those absolute highs of almost $100 a barrel that we saw yesterday. Hero Moto, NTPC, L&T, and JSW Steel were also among the laggards today. In contrast, we saw Kotak Mahindra Bank, Titan, IndusInd Bank, Tata Consumer Products, and Maruti Suzuki among the gainers. Maruti, in fact, was up by 0.8%. Of course, the interesting bit of news came in as the company has launched the new age Baleno today at about 6.35 lakh rupees. So keep an eye out on that in case you're interested in the features and what all has gone into this new age Baleno. Do check out Business Today's website. And also conversation with our reporters on what this Baleno really entails for all the prospective buyers and consumers right there. Now, when we talk about the experts and how they see today's fall as well, most of the experts believe that volatility may continue. We have been seeing volatile trade from the last 2 weeks, and it may actually extend going forward as well. We spoke to Manisha of Nifty Triggers, and he said that Nifty closed the day rather unchanged. It has got into a shell with limited directional market on either direction. He also believes that if on a close to close basis one sees Nifty has not moved much in the last 8 days or in the last 20 days either. Now, this is a complete directionless market condition, as he calls. Volatility, although he says is cyclical, and the currency we are in that currently we are in that phase where volatility has absolutely been the name of the game. Now, one solace is that there is no disintegration of value, and till the time Nifty does not resolve out of this range, he also expects the Nifty to be, somewhere in a sideways action between 17,000 to 17,500 until expiry. This is the range that he's looking at as far as the Nifty is concerned. We did see some movement on specific indices like realty index really broke out. 3% uptick was seen on this one after a long haul of correction the realty space is suddenly seeing some traction right there. Talk about one or two more stocks like TVS Motors clocked in 1 million exports in two-wheeler segment in FY22. The two and three-wheeler major TVS Motor company reported that its experts in the two-wheeler segment especially clocked in sales of more than 10 lakh units, marking significant milestone in the current financial year for the very, very first time. So that is going to be a big positive, because considering the kind of challenges the two-wheeler space has been facing for a long time as well. Overall speaking, the market breadth was strong at 2194 shares advancing, with 1172 shares declining. But overall speaking, on the BSE platform, NTPC, L&T, Bajaj Finserv, Nestle, ICICI Bank, and HDFC Twins attracted most of the losses. So it was the big and heavy weights that were also not seen really participating in the rally towards the end of the session. Overall, it's another day gone with losses. How much more do we see these dips extending to? What kind of an outcome can we really expect from the current Ukraine-Russia crisis? All of this will be very, very important for the stock markets and investors to track. And we'll keep getting you all the updates around this space so that you can take the best decisions as far as your investment portfolios are concerned. So stay with us on Business Today. Don't forget to hit that like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss out on any of the videos that we put out for you from the world of business and stock markets. Thanks a lot for tuning in.